Hello, I'm Cal. Welcome to another video. This is the 6th video in the Build Your Own Games Console video series. In this one I want to show you what I did wrong with one of the box arts. If you can remember, when we installed the games first of all, one of the box arts wouldn't work. What I'll do is just go straight over to that actually. This is Blast 16, which is acting as the front end or the operating system to our games console. And if you're looking at this thinking, it doesn't look brilliant quality, uploading this video and recording the video has had a little bit of a toll on the quality. This is very, very vibrant when you're looking at this yourself, and I am not kidding. So let's just find, there it is. That is the box art that's missing. I've discovered, or I've had a little bit of help discovering what I did wrong on this bit, which we all make mistakes, so I made the mistake so you don't have to. Also, what I want to do is just show you quickly how to add another game, also how to do some of the menus, and also some of the features that exist within Blast 16. So I'll just go back to my desktop and just show you the file system and where I went wrong. So here we are back at the desktop then, and here's the familiar file format. So if we just go into Games, MD for the Mega Drive, and what we're looking for is the box art, because we've got Streets of Rage here as a zip file, and you'll see what I've done wrong in a second. So double click into there, there's all the box arts that we've got. Let's just open this file format a little bit further. So here we have it with Streets of Rage. If you can see in the file format, PNG at the very end is different, it's in uppercase, and this software that we're using is case sensitive. So if I try and press F2 on here and change the extension at the end, PNG, well, let us do it. So what I'm going to do is just right click on here, copy, right click on the desktop and press paste. I'm going to just press F2 on this one, and then with the file extension just type PNG in lowercase, and it seems to have worked. So what I'm going to do is not mess about with this. I think you can go into properties and change it somehow, but that was a quick fix for me. Just going to press X on here. So what I'm going to do is highlight all of these, right click, and then press delete, because at this stage all the information has been stored onto our mini console, so we don't need to overwrite all of that again. What I'm going to do is just go up, and then I am going to take all of these files out that we don't need, because we've already copied them all to our games console. So all we've got is the Streets of Rage MD in brackets and our Streets of Rage inside here. What I want to do as well is just add another game. So I'm just going to get rid of this one now. So just going to delete that one. And what I've got is two here. So I'm just going to pop this one into here. This seems to be a popular game mentioned on that previous video from Old Style Gaming. So what I want to do is just change the name on here. So I'm just going to click on here, press F2, gives us the option to change the name of the file. And what I'm going to do is just change that to MD like the rest of them. See, my logic is with the other box art for Streets of Rage is if you're adding a new game, maybe it'll look for the box arts to go with the new game. It could be that it searches all the folders and copies everything that's on the USB and then asks you individually whether you want to overwrite or not. Not sure, this is just my logic thinking, so if it does, it don't. This is the easiest way I can think of. So what I want to do as well is just go into box arts, pop this one into there. Actually it's a different name on here, it is lowercase PNG. So what I want to do is take the name of this, I'm going to press F2, and I'm just going to Control and C to copy, then go back into box arts, highlight this one, press F2, and then Control and V to paste, and that should give it the same name as this one. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is right click on here, press eject, and now I can take this USB stick out and then plug it into our new games console, and then hopefully it will take this new boxart file and also install this one new game. And then all I'm going to do is just turn it back on. And as you can see here, all it has done is copied the files that was missing. So we've got the boxart for the Street of Rage PNG, because so it recognised that it was missing. Also the new game and the new boxart, these two files here. So that's all that it has done. So all you need to do is put the boxart on there, not the game itself, and it'll just recognise that it's missing. And that's what it's done here as well. It's just resized the PNG files and changed them into JPEGs, basically. Save room on the system. And it's looking for the gamepad. So we know at this screen we can now take out the USB stick, which I've just done over here. So just put in the gamepad. There we go. Streets of Rage, the original one. Yay! It is there. Streets of Rage 1 and 2. So what we're looking for now is also what other game we added. So Robocop versus the Terminator. There we are. Let's play. Let's have a look. There we go. The machine rose from the ashes of the nuclear fire. Let's press start. Right, so what I want to do now is just go through some of the simple buttons and menu systems. A to play, you got B to load some of the save states that you've made, up to 4 per game, which isn't bad really, is it? And then you've got C, which marks favourites. So if you press C when you're on a game, which will mark various favourites. If you press up, this will then show all of these favourites all together. So if you've got quite a few games, you can just mark whatever you want. If you've got more than 10 games, if you press L or R, so I'm pressing R here, it will scroll through 10 games at a time. So if they're alphabetical, then it's easier to find something. If you've got multiple games, well, I would say multiple. If you've got loads of games, it's easier to find, isn't it? Right, and then if you press start, it will then take you to the options menu, and then you've got up and down where you can navigate. Press A to select, B for back. So I'll just show you some of the in-game ones. So if you press A to play Streets of Rage 2, you'll see if I've played this before, it automatically saves from where I was. But we'll come back to that in a second. So it's automatically saved. So if you press start, it'll unpause it or pause it. And then if you press select and C, it comes out of the game completely. It does take a few seconds though to load in between games. So now if I go and press start, select settings, go to emulation, you've got this auto load feature here. If you press select and C, it will automatically save a save state, which is this auto load. So we press no on here and press back. Similarly, all these other things I am going to do in a separate video, because they need their own video just to explain what all of these are. Plus I'm enjoying doing this video series, to be honest. So if we now going to say Streets of Rage, it might remember that last game that I had, but it shouldn't. Now I've turned that feature off. It should just start from the beginning, which it has done. So you press start, settings, emulation, and then change that back to yes, and then it will remember where you were last in that game when you load it back in. So hold down select and then press start, we open RetroArch, which is the bare bones behind this front end of Blast 16. So if you ever go in here, if you're a novice, just leave these alone until you're used to it or got a bit more experience with RetroArch. So all I'm going to do on here is press A to resume. Right, so if you press select and then up on the D-pad, you can turn the music up or down. So up or down while pressing and hold and select. And if you press select and X, it will reset this game. So right to the very beginning. Right, so he's dead. So press select and A. That's save to slot 0. So if I press select and B, I am now loaded from slot 0. So select and B, I'm back there again from that save state. Press select, hold it down, press Y, we're in fast forward mode. Just imagine playing Tetris at this level. So select and Y again, back to normal speed. A bit like Benny Hill then, wasn't it? Right, so now we're back to the menus really. So if we press select and C, we'll go back to the main menu. If we go into settings by selecting A, you've got general here, so this is where you can change the language. This is where you can change the logo for the Mega Drive itself, dependent on where you are or what you prefer. You can turn the music on or off. It's a shame you haven't got a feature within this to change the volume on this screen. I'd like that. So you press B to get back. So we've got emulation, we've got auto load, which we talked about earlier. These are the ones I'll come back to another time. So inputs. So you've got input mapping there for your controllers, the ones that's actually connected now. Multiplayer configuration, if you've got a multi-tap device. Connect gamepad from Bluetooth devices, and then if you've already connected some gamepads and you want to change it again, you can press this and it'll delete all the memories for the Bluetooth devices that's been connected. So press B on here again, B on here again, go to tools. This is where you can delete games, so you press A on here, and then if you want to delete a game, you press C and it marks it, so it's flashing. And then if you wanted to delete those 3 games, you would then press A, but I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to press B. Backup and restore we'll come back to in a different video. Resize box arts, self-explanatory really. Open RetroArch here, so if you select this by accident, press A. If you're new to all of this, I wouldn't bother with this menu at all, but this is the main backbone of this system. So I would just leave this well alone and then just press A on this option here, quit RetroArch, and that will take you back to Blast 16. So if you ever get to here, the command line, try not to. So if you ever do end up pressing A on here by mistake, just type this sentence in: sudo, which is sudo, shut down, all one word, and then now, NOW. So it's sudo space shut down space now, and then press enter. Sometimes you see the writing, sometimes you don't. If you get an error message that comes up, just type it in again and just be more careful of what you're typing, and that will shut the system down completely. And then you just power it off and then back on again. Press back on here. Helps, self-explanatory. gets you to this QR code where you can scan it with your smartphone, or you can just email to that email address, +16@tripware.es, which I've used, and the response was good, very friendly as well. So I'm press back on here. Here we got the credits. So this is the makers. So you got Lewis at tripware.es, who contacted me personally when I had a problem, and everybody else involved with this brilliant piece of software, +16. So then you've got reboot, which is self-explanatory, just reboots the system itself. And then you've got shutdown, which will be very beneficial for people that haven't actually got a retro flag case and they haven't installed the shutdown and reset functions with the other cases. So if you've just got a Raspberry Pi in a basic case, then you will need this shutdown feature. If you just turn the power off, you risk the chance of corrupting the image itself, so always use this shutdown feature. Had a little bit of a problem with the retro flag case. That will be in the next video where I show a little bit of a problem. One of the USB ports didn't work on the case itself, so I've sent that back and asked for a replacement. And also there's a little issue with the fan and the heat spreaders, which I thought as much in the original video, the very first video. And that is true. As I say, I hope you're enjoying these videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because there's more to come. I want to go through and see how you can improve the graphics. I think I've already done it on this one. This is not the original graphics on the games console. Not the standard ones anyway. A little bit changed. This is a complete video series, so you can do this yourself. No problem at all. Everything is explained in detail. Not like some of these YouTubers who make one video and expect you to do it and know it all. My name is Cal. I'm hoping you're enjoying these videos. Have a good morning, afternoon or good evening. Farewell till next time, and I will see you later. Go on, whip me, girl. Woo.